What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for MLB Wednesday, June 15th. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's MLB slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay guys, we have a 9-game slate tonight, so let's take a look at the pitcher position. So I like Corbin Burnes pitching against a low salary batting team, the New York Mets. Corbin Burnes only giving up a .531 OPS versus righties, facing 4 righties here tonight, and the Mets have hit 9 of his last 32 pitches. That's a .281 batting average. He's 10,900 FanDuel salary, 700 less on DraftKings, averaging 40 fantasy points per game on the season, has an ERA of 2.48, has a record of 3-4, and he's pitching an average of 100 pitches per game. Vegas thinks this is going to be a low-scoring game. 7.5 runs scored in this game. That's their over-under. So I like Corbin Burnes here versus the New York Mets. Now I also like Nestor Cortes, and he's pitching against the low-salary batting team, the Tampa Bay Rays. So Nestor Cortes pitches his best ball versus switch hitters, only giving up a .327 OPS versus switch hitters, and he's facing 3 switch hitters here tonight. Now the Rays have only hit 8 of his last 44 pitches. That's a 182 batting average. So Nestor Cortes is 10,500 FanDuel salary, 600 less on DraftKings. He's averaging 38 fantasy points per game on the season. He has an ERA of 1.96. Record is 5-2, pitching an average of 92 pitches per game. And Vegas thinks this is going to be a low-scoring game. 7 runs scored in this game. That's their over-under. So I like Nestor Cortes here versus the Tampa Bay Rays. Okay, let's take a look at the catcher first base position. I like Wilson Contreras with a 41% batting advantage over a low salary pitcher, Ryan Weathers. Wilson Contreras batting 24% better versus lefty pitchers, batting a 1.002 OPS versus lefties. Ryan Weathers is pitching his worst ball versus righty batters, 17% worse than his other pitches, giving up a .880 OPS versus righties. Wilson Contreras is 2 for 6, batting a .333 batting average and a 1.333 OPS versus Weathers. One of those hits is a home run and the other one is a double. So Wilson Contreras is 3,400 FanDuel salary, 1,000 more on DraftKings, averaging 12 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored fantasy points 4 out of his last 5 games, put up 50 fantasy points last game. He has a batting average of .279, and Vegas thinks this is going to be a high-scoring game. 11.5 runs scored in this game. That's their over-under. So plenty of fantasy points to go around in this one, and probably a good game to stack. So I like Wilson Contreras here versus Ryan Weathers. Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $25 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won. And then we'll send you $25 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you. Okay, let's take a look at the second base position. So here's a value play. Take a look at Santiago Espinal. He has an 11% batting advantage here over a low salary pitcher, Bruce Zimmerman. Santiago Espinal is batting 18% better versus lefty pitchers, batting a .887 OPS versus lefties. Bruce Zimmerman giving up a .882 OPS versus righties. Santiago Espinal is 1-for-1 versus Zimmerman. He's only $2,600 FanDuel salary. Now he is $2,100 more on DraftKings, so I love that FanDuel price. Averaging 9 fantasy points per game on the season, scored fantasy points in 4 out of his last 5 games. He has a batting average of .294, so I like Santiago Espinal here versus Bruce Zimmerman. Okay, let's take a look at the third base position. So I got a home run hitter for you here tonight. I like Rafael Devers. He has a 42% batting advantage over a low salary pitcher, James Caprillion. Rafael Devers is batting 17% better versus righty pitchers, batting a .983 OPS versus righties. James Caprillion, he's pitching 26% worse to lefties as he does righties, giving up a .858 OPS versus lefties. Now, the only thing I don't like about this pick, and it could be somewhat of a red flag here, but I like the splits and I like everything else. But Rafael Devers is 0-for-9 versus Caprillion. So you can look at that 2 ways. You can look at it as, okay, he's due for a hit, or okay, Devers can't hit pitches from Caprillion. Really not sure how to take that stat there, but take it for what it is. And Rafael Devers is $4,200 FanDuel salary. He's $1,600 more on DraftKings, averaging 13 fantasy points per game on the season, and he's been on fire, scoring 29, 25, and 28 fantasy points in the last 3 games. He has a batting average of .332, so that's why I'm going to ignore that 0-for-9 stat here versus Caprillion. Just too much going for this pick. So I like Rafael Devers here versus James Caprillion.
Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the Position Optimizer, where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new Player Trends tool, where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups.
Okay, let's take a look at the shortstop position. I like Ahmed Rosario with a 43% batting advantage over a low salary pitcher, Austin Gomber. Ahmed Rosario batting 14% better versus lefty pitchers, batting a .738 OPS versus lefties. Austin Gomber pitching his worst ball versus righty batters, 29% worse than the other pitches, giving up a .827 OPS versus righties. Ahmed Rosario is $2,900 FanDuel salary, $1,100 more on DraftKings. There's no at-bats versus Gomber yet. He's averaging 8 fantasy points per game on the season. He has scored fantasy points in all 5 of his last games, and he has a batting average of .263. So I like Ahmed Rosario here versus Austin Gomber. Oh, and Vegas also thinks this is going to be a high-scoring game. 11.5 runs scored in this game. That's their over-under. So this is another good game to stack. So I like Ahmed Rosario here versus Austin Gomber. Okay, moving on to the outfield position. You could also go with George Springer here over Bruce Zimmerman as a home run hitter. He's a little bit less expensive than Devers. He's only $3,800 FanDuel salary. He's $1,900 more on DraftKings. So he's got a good matchup here versus Bruce Zimmerman. But let's take a look at a value play here. I like Juan Yepez. He has a 99% batting advantage over Ronzi Contreras. And Juan Yepez is batting 31% better versus righty pitchers, batting a .846 OPS versus righties. And Ronzi Contreras, he's pitching 68% worse to righties as he does lefties. I don't even know how that's possible, but there it is. There's the OPS numbers. He's giving up a .818 OPS versus righties. There's no at-bats versus Contreras yet. And Juan Yepez is $2,500 FanDuel salary, $1,200 more on DraftKings, averaging 8 fantasy points per game on the season. He has a batting average of .272. So I like Juan Yepez as a value play here versus Ronzi Contreras.
If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NBA slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again, and good luck.